Gabrielle on this marvelous Monday, the 11th of November. I hope that you had, Gabrielle, a nice time off. Hope everything went well at Bob Jones. And unfortunately, it's back to math now, so here we go. Okay, you'll have a quiz later on this week. You have nothing to turn, and you have no incompletes. Today, we're going to work on homework that covers what was taught the last day you had class. So, going all the way back to Friday the 1st, I think it was. The video was called Exponential Functions. You took notes on that, and we're going to work on homework problems today that covers that material. These problems will be a challenge. I want to warn you, Gabrielle, it is impossible to include an example in your notes of every type of problem that you might encounter on your homework. So there will be some problems in this assignment that you'll definitely need to use the help video. But I believe you can learn while you're taking notes and also learn by doing homework and getting your questions answered. So here's the help video to help you. When you're done with that, please watch this video here, okay? So that's it there. Now, this video that you're going to watch takes what we learned on Friday the 1st about exponential functions and applies it to word problems. So like any video about word problems, you can expect to be challenged a little bit, so work hard and pay great attention to the teaching video. Now, let's go over your test that you took. Right, you did really well. You made a 100 on it, and let's talk about that real quick. So, first of all, number 6 here. Okay, so you had for your answer, if you look right here, I know it's hard to see, but it's the square root of 2/7. Now remember, Gabrielle, you're in pre-cal now. I think you remember this. We have to rationalize our denominators. Now this was just 1 point off, but the square root of 2/7 is the same thing as square root of 2 over square root of 7. Then you have to multiply the top and the bottom of the fraction by the square root of 7, which gives you square root of 2 times square root of 7, square root of 14. Square root of 7 over 7 is 7, and that's your answer. Now remember, you cannot reduce a number that's under the radical with a number that's not under the radical, so please do not do this, okay? You cannot do that. Now, if the 14 was outside the radical like this, and there was a number inside the radical like, I don't know, 3, then yes, you could reduce those two numbers because they're both outside the radical. Okay, but that's not what we have. We have this. So your answer was good, your work was good, everything was perfect. You just forgot to rationalize your denominator. Okay, so 1 point off there, and then nothing there, then number 14. Okay, it was kind of funny, but not funny. You forgot this entire formula is cosine of theta. You're looking for an angle. Okay, find the angle. It's cosine of theta equals this. Remember, that's the entire formula looks like this. The entire formula is cosine of theta equals dot product of u and v over the magnitude of u. I'm using a mouse here, so it's a little sloppy, but magnitude of v. So you did all of this right. All of that is perfect. Okay, that's perfect. I checked your work. Everything's fine. But you're supposed to type all this in and get out a decimal, so that you would have cosine of theta equals a decimal number. And then remember, when you're looking for a DEC, decimal number, when you're looking for an angle, you then use your inverse button on the calculator to find the angle, and that would be your final answer. So you just made one mistake. All of your work was perfect. Now, this problem here, I'm not sure why you were whining about this problem. I'm just teasing you, Gabrielle. I'm totally joking. You're a great student, and you were totally right. I messed up, and I apologize. I went back and checked, and I was wrong. You were right, so I did not count this problem. But let's still go over it so you know how to do it, okay? Now, in my defense, we did some of these in your homework. I'll show you real quick an example. This homework assignment here is from October. It's the video called October 29th homework. And notice here it says find the fifth roots of 1. And if you look in the directions, you know it's talking about complex numbers. Okay, Oh, same thing here. Find the three cube roots of -64. So, and I told you right here is a complex number. So you've done these, but here's where I messed up, and I'm really sorry. I apologize. On the review sheet here, it should have gone. I should have thrown some problems on page 828. I should have thrown some problems on there that are 103 through 106, somewhere around there, and I didn't. So you were right. I was wrong. None of these were on your review sheet. I don't know why, so I apologize. But let's quickly go over it, and I'll be very quick so you can get to work on your work, okay? All right. And by the way, thank you for questioning me on that and bringing that up. And anytime you feel like something is unfair or inappropriate, let me know, and I will definitely hear what you have to say. Okay, so if we're going to find cube roots of a complex number, you know we have to write it in trig form. So you know we have to have the magnitude, and you know we have to find the direction angle. So I'm gonna plot this. Remember, this is my standard form, a plus bi, so I have 64, -64 plus 0I. So if I were to graph that, it would be over -64 right here and up and down 0. So there's my vector right there, my complex, sorry, not vector, my complex number. So the magnitude is always, like, let's say the point was right here, Gabrielle. The magnitude would be the distance from here to here, and we draw a right triangle, and we find that distance. Actually, we don't draw a right triangle. I've taught you to take the square root. Let's say the x was 5 and the y, -5 and the y was 4. I've taught you to square the 5, square the 4, and then take the square root, okay? And you can do that if you want, okay? It's just longer. There's no need to do that with the problem that we're dealing with, because look, I mean, think about it, Gabrielle. If your point's here, the distance from 0, 0 to your point is obviously 64 because you plotted the point, -64, 0. So your magnitude is going to simply be 64. Okay, no square root necessary. The distance is 64. Now, if you don't understand that, then fine. Do it the way I taught you, okay? Square 64, square 0, and then trust me, if you square 0, you get 0. The square root of 64 squared is 64. So either way, you get the magnitude of 64, okay? So the magnitude would be 64. Now, obviously, the direction angle starts here and goes here. That's 180. So this was really simple. It would be 64 cosine of 180 plus I sine of 180. Remember what to do, Gabrielle? It's cube root. So we take the cube root of this number, which would be 4, and we divide this number by 3 because the cubed root, we're dealing with a cubed root of 3. So we divide by 3, which gives us 60. And then, because it's a cubed root of 3 answers, so we have 2 more answers to go. And remember, you always take 3/6, that never changes, and you divide it by the index. In this case, the index is 3 because we're dealing with cube roots. So you get 120. So you're going to add 120 over and over. So one answer is this. And then add 120. So it'd be cosine of 180 because 60 plus 120 is 180. Okay. Then we put 4 again, and we add 180 again, which would give 120. Add 120 again, and you'd get 300 degrees. And there, Gabrielle, would be your 3 answers. Okay, if you have any questions on that, please watch again or email me, or go back to this homework assignment right here from October 29th. Fast forward to about the end where we do some problems here, and you'll see me do some more of those. Okay, but you were right. They were not on the review sheet. That was my fault. Poor teaching on my part, and I apologize. Okay, that's it, Gabrielle. Great job on your test. The reason you made it 100 is you got your 5 bonus points for doing your review sheet, so you made it 100. Excellent job on your test. The mistakes you made were 2 little mistakes. You knew the math well, so keep up the good work. Please get to work on your homework and notes. Have a great day today. Contact me if you have any questions at all.